Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tuber. In this question, I'm going to show you how you work out problem 4. Okay, so problem 4 from the ZIMSEC 2020 June paper 1 A-level maths. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and solve this question. It's actually similar to the question that we solved previously. So if you haven't watched that one, it would also be great for you to actually revisit the previous video before actually proceeding with this one. Okay, so I'm going to wipe everything off, and then we're just going to see the question that we are dealing with. Okay, so the question says solve the inequality. You have this, it simply means the magnitude. Okay, so the modulus of 2x plus 2 greater than 1 minus 2x. So I'm going to show you one method. This method, it's very, most people, they don't use this method, but it's the method that computes the answer the fastest. Okay, it's actually a little bit similar to what we did previously in the previous question. Okay, so this method, what you do is you just square first. So you get 2x plus 2 here, then you square. That's how you get rid of the modulus. So you get rid of the modulus by just squaring. So here you would also square. So you're squaring both sides. When you square the left-hand side and when you square the right-hand side of an inequation or inequality, you don't change that inequality. Okay, so this is a very good trick. And then after squaring, some people would want to expand. It's still fine if you want to expand, but then you'd have to factorize again. A smart way to go about it would be to just use difference of two squares by creating the difference of two squares. Okay, so this is how you'd create the difference of two squares. Kick this one over to this side, you'd have a square, and then here you'd have a square. If you have two squares, obviously we know that you can put the first square here, the square root of the first square here, and then you can also put the square root of the first square here. Okay, so you can just say 2x plus 2, then here it's 2x plus 2 as well, here like this. Then you can put the square root, you can add it to one side, so it'd be 1 minus 4x here, then here it'd be minus, then the same square root, so it'd be 1 minus 4x here. Okay, like this. So you can now go ahead, you can now proceed and actually dissolve this. It's greater than 0, obviously. So here when you dissolve it, you get 3 minus 2x. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So I'm getting 3 minus 2x, like this. I'm getting 3 minus 2x. And then here I'm getting, this one will be 4x here plus 2x, I'm getting 6x. So I'm getting 6x, then here I'm getting plus 1. Okay, so just because 2 here, then minus 1, you get plus 1. Okay, so 2 minus 1, you get 1. So after doing this, what you do is you find your roots. So your roots are x equal to, so if you equate this one to 0, you'd have, if you equate this one to 0, you'd have, let me actually show you, you'd have 3 minus 2x equal to 0, or you'd have 6x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so you'd have x equal to, your roots would be, it'd be 3 over 2. Okay, so just if you want to do a longer process, it's still fine. Just make sure that you're getting the same answers as I'm getting. Okay, so like this. So now that you know the roots, you can actually go ahead and draw your diagram. So your diagram would be your graph rather. So your graph would be, this one would be your y, so or your f of x. It's still fine. You can call it your y or your f of x. So this one would be your x. And this graph, would it be frowning, or it would be frowning, or would it be frowning, or it would be smiling? In this case, your graph would be frowning. It would be frowning just because the dominant sign here, the coefficient of x squared would be negative. Okay, so here you'd get negative 2x multiplied by 6x, then you'd get negative. So for negative x squared parabolic graphs, or negative x squared quadratic graphs, we have to draw a frowning curve. Okay, so the frowning curve would be like this. So after drawing the frowning curve, then you have here, this one would be negative 1 over 6 like this. This one would be 3 over 2 like this. Okay, so you're looking for the values where the graph is greater than 0. So greater than 0 for y, so you can think of, this is the demarcation line. Okay, so these are the positive values for for y going upwards like this, and these are the negative values. So this zero line here would be the x-axis. So you want the regions that are greater than for this curve. So obviously it's these regions here. Okay. So at the end of the day, you would have x would be greater than -1/6 here. Okay, but then it should be less than 3/2 here. Okay, so this one would be your solution. So that's essentially how you go about it. You can square, and then most people, some people rather, not most people, they would want to expand here. If you want to do that, it's still fine, but then you'd have to go back again and then factorize. You can actually try this. You just try to expand this part here. Just try to expand it and then see what you get. And then after expanding, you try factorize. And then after factorizing, you see whether you get the same roots here. If you use this method here of difference of two squares just by spotting and creating that, you have saved immense time for yourself. Okay, you have extra time for you to revise in your exam. But this is probably that's probably just about it for this question. We'll do so many questions, similar questions in the future. But then I'm really satisfied with how this one worked out. So if you have any other questions or any suggestions, just put them in the comment section. This has been fun for me. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Yuba out.